Hey Jaguars, Miss Ham here giving you your weekly update for History 131. This week is week 4 of our curriculum as you begin diving into your unit assessment. The work week for this week will run from January 25th until January 31st. Now, a couple of things that I want to ensure that you understand about me as a leader and learner, as well as reflecting upon you what it means to reflect and update your work based on the feedback of others, is that something that I have noticed or something that I've observed over my time with you these past 3 weeks is that there are some of you that are reading the details of the assigned post and of the assigned instructions and announcements that are sent to you each week. Then on the other hand, there are some of you that are choosing not to read those updates. In reflection of this, I am going to try a new strategy to connect with you by recording video updates weekly. This video update will cover things such as reflections, pieces of information that you might need to know about the upcoming week, and then any reminders that you need to know about the course. Now, in order for this update to be effective, something that I need for you to do is to provide feedback. It could be a simple email that says, "Hey, Ms. Ham, I really appreciate that you're trying this in a new way. This is working for me," or "This is not working for me," and tell me from your perspective what might help you a little bit more. Okay, and so to dig into what is going on in this course, remember that each week we have spent some time looking at chapters 1 through 4 in Eric Foner's Give Me Liberty, and that should be supported by Voices of Freedom by Eric Foner, which is really those primary sources that support that content. Each week, you have been assigned 2 inquisitive assignments, chapter 1 and 2 in week 2, and then chapter 3 and 4 in week 3. And your job was to complete those inquisitive assignments. And then at the end of the week, you were asked to complete a discussion board reflection of your learning that week, and then respond to your peers. This process and this expectation of your weeks will remain the same for every week that we're introduced to new content. Now, one of the key pieces of your learning evidence and how I see that you are critically thinking is your discussion board reflections each week. For some of you, you've done a really great job at identifying a time in history, looking specifically at the 2 chapters that you had been assigned to read, that were an example of conflict and compromise within the assigned lens. So, for example, in week 2, you were asked to write a discussion board and identify an event that described conflict and compromise throughout the cultural lens. Some of you chose a triangle exchange. Some of you chose slavery. Both of those options are perfectly valid. What I'm looking for in this piece of learning evidence is for you to be able to articulate your thoughts as well as support them with the text. Something that I really appreciate about doing this is that we learn from each other that we have different perspectives about history. There is no right, there is no wrong, but what I have been able to see from you over the past couple of weeks is for you guys to really bring those ideas together as you begin to connect your ideas and really get a deeper understanding of how the events of history have impacted our modern society. Now, in reflection of the expectations for writing, please remember that each Friday your discussion board is due. This discussion board should be at least 350 words and should cover the key content areas that we have been studying that week. And that reflection should reflect conflict and compromise within the assigned lens of history. Then what you are expected to do is on Sunday, you are expected to collaborate with your peers as you make connections with them. Maybe you talk to them about what you have studied. Maybe you talk to them about an aha moment that you had while reading their story. Maybe you tell them something that they did really well or something that they're struggling with. Typically, when we talk about providing peer feedback, we always want to refer to 3 key terms: kind, specific, and helpful. I want you to be sure that as you are providing feedback and as you are collaborating with your peers, that those 3 terms are the center of everything that you do. Be kind in the words that you use, be specific in the feedback that you are providing, and always root your responses in helpfulness. It is essential as a learning community that we offer each other respect, and the words that we use to communicate are used to build each other up, not to tear each other down. Overall, for the most part, you guys have done a great job with the discussion board reflections. I've really enjoyed going through, looking at those key pieces of information, reflecting with you about the things that you did well as the things that you did not do so well. Now, in reflection of my work, something that I have not done a great job of is providing you specific feedback in a timely manner. There's been a lot that's been going on, as I am human just like you are. And so something that is going to be happening over the next week is you can expect to see detailed feedback from me in both your week 2 and your week 3 discussion board post. Now, remember that the feedback that you receive is an open door for communication. Some of you guys have taken the opportunity to continue to open that door and continue the conversation about grading, and some of you have decided to leave that door closed. What I would encourage you to do is to use that feedback to communicate with me. Ask questions, ask for resources, dig deep into why are you struggling, and use the rubric that is provided to you in your discussion boards to reflect on each key component of your learning evidence. In addition, this week you are going to be asked to focus on your Unit 1 assessment. Now, remember that for your Unit 1 assessment, your Unit 1 assessment is going to look at chapters 1 through 4 of your Give Me Liberty by Eric Foner and Voices of Freedom by Eric Foner. Your job throughout your Unit 1 assessment is to answer that essential question. How have conflict and compromise contributed to the development of American culture? Now, there's something unique about this assessment because you get to choose how you would like to articulate your learning. I would like for you to choose between your podcast, presentation, or a paper that you will write. Use the resources that are embedded for you in Blackboard, use the video support tools, use the outlines, use the notes, and use your discussion boards to help you articulate your knowledge. I would encourage you to make sure that you are using credible sources to support your arguments about which event from history supports that culture has seen conflict and compromise between chapters 1 through 4, or between the 1500s and the 1600s, okay? I also want you to be very specific about which lens of history you will focus on. Be sure that that is the lens that you would like to focus on, because once you focus on that lens in Unit 1, you will not be able to focus on it again in Unit 2 or in Unit 3. Okay, I am here to help you with this Unit 1 assessment. I would be more than happy to set up one-on-one meetings with you or small group meetings in order to really help you dig into this. However, again, it goes back to this communication piece. If I don't know, I can't help. So please, please, please take the time to advocate for yourself as a leader and as a learner and tell me what I can do to help support you. Finally, in regards to supporting you, I would like to remind you that you should be accessing your grades via Blackboard each week. If you are missing an assignment in the gradebook, I will be sending you one reminder to let you know, hey, you're still missing this piece of learning evidence. Remember that each day that your assignment is late, you are deducted 5 points. After that 2-week mark, I will not be able to accept that piece of learning evidence. Please make sure that you are submitting your assignments in a timely manner. There are many of you that still have 100s in this class, and there are many of you that are no longer passing this class simply because you have not showcased your learning by completing and submitting your learning evidence. I've said it once, and I'm going to say it again. I am here to support you. The work that I do through Johnston Community College is centered around your success. It's centered around your understanding of how history has made the world today what it is. I'm passionate about helping you. I am excited about helping you, and I'm looking forward to continuing to connect with you throughout the rest of the semester. I'm looking forward to connecting with you via email, via text, or via phone. If you guys need me, you know how to reach me. And I hope you guys have a great week. Be looking again for announcements in Blackboard and emails to make sure that we're all on the same page.